The Assassin's Creed and Destiny 2 collab armor pieces are finally out and in our hands, and in today's video I'm going to be answering the question, are these worth the money? The first question that I'm being asked constantly on my socials is, will this armor be available at a later date for Bright Dust? And well, I have bad news for you. This armor set will not be available for Bright Dust this season. Maybe in the future it'll be available, but as of now we have no idea. So for now, I'm going to say it is only available for silver. And I want to let you know right off the bat that it's going to be a strong 50-50 on whether or not you personally are going to like this set. I'm seeing a lot more casual players love this armor, and a lot of the fashion snobs not really enjoying it. Now, if we're looking at these at face value, I want to say that Bungie did a really great job at adapting different armor pieces from the different Assassin's Creed games into Destiny 2. They look really cool as full sets, and the only sad part about it is that Hunters didn't get an Altair like hood. And speaking of my Hunter, I think we're going to start off with her for this review, because one of the biggest points that I'm going to make, aside from the casual players who are more willing to wear a lot more of the same armor set, I think the amount of fun that you're personally going to have with this set will depend on your current armor arsenal available to you. For example, common armor pairings I'm already seeing are the Virtuous set, the Righteous set, a lot of the Iron Banner sets, the Nemean armor, and the Sun's Apex. For exotic armor pairings I'm liking so far are the Gerfalcon, Gwyzinvest, Ophidia Spathe, and Sixth Coyote. Now, there are too many shaders for me to recommend, but I would stick with dark greens, dark rich red colors. A bronzy gold color will also take you a long way, and of course black and silvers. And if you find any other good armor combinations or shader combinations, feel free to leave those in the comments down below. That way you can help out other Guardians with their set. I also have an entire video showing off all three of these sets with all of the shaders in my inventory. So if you want to check that out, click on the little top right icon, or I will have it linked down below as well. Now let's talk about what you can possibly do with all of this armor and possible armor combinations. This is my Hunter, and to be completely honest with you, I struggled with this. I had to get a lot of help, and my first iteration, well, my mods completely shit on me because I did terrible. Until one of my mods, Ion, recommended using Gerfalcon instead, and that made a world of difference. So if you already have this set, consider using Gerfalcon with it. Iron Strength was a very good shader to use for this, not only for the coloring, but also because it's one of the few shaders that turns off the lights on the helmet, because like a lot of you, I really don't like the glowing eyes behind the helmet. It looks tacky and it doesn't look good. The Void 3.0 set for the Hunter also suffered from this, and I don't know why Bungie did it again. Now, this is the part where I show you all of the crazy amazing sets that people have already made using this armor, but I don't really have any to show you. The only good one that I found was this one from Spidersides over on Twitter. And this is more of a cosplay of Leonidas. It really isn't a set that you would see a Hunter actually rocking in the wild. You may also be thinking, Muffin, it's too early for all of these cool sets to be made. People need time with this armor. Usually by day one, I can tell if the fashion community really likes an armor set by how many sets I'm seeing in my Discord server and on Reddit. But I really haven't seen many, and that tells me something. That tells me that this set is not worth it. I cannot in good faith recommend that you waste your hard-earned money on this set. Maybe in the future, if it's available for Bright Dust, you can possibly pick up the helmet and the cloak, but that's really it. It's a good concept for armor, but in practice it really doesn't work. There are a lot of armor sets that I recommended that you use with it, but even then, even with me having all of those armor sets, I had to get people to help me make something. That's how hard it is to use this armor. And it gets even worse whenever you start taking into consideration that this set is 500 more silver than the Arc bundle. That was a rant and a half. Everybody go ahead and take a break now. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button if you're enjoying the video so far, because now we go into the Titan. Now, luckily the Titan is a little bit of a better story. This one I didn't struggle as much to combine armor with, and a lot more armor pieces were available to me to mix and match with. A couple of those are the Iron Forerunner, the Iron Shrews, the Nemean set, the Nightly Noir, also known as the Fortnite set, and the Radiant Breaker. But you're definitely not limited to that, because there are more sets that work out, but those are just to name a few. As for exotic armor pieces that I liked with this, the Ursa Furiosas, the Mark 44 Stand-asides, the Titan's Ramparts, and the Strongholds are a few that I liked right out the gate. Basically what I'm saying is anything that is Viking-like, anything that has a bunch of fur on it, it'll basically work with this. Ooh, I missed one. The Meridian Constellation is also a good one, but if you guys have any more suggestions, leave those in the comments below. Now the shaders, I feel like this is the weakest part of the set. Not a lot of shaders look good on it. Some shaders that you could start using with it if you're stuck are the Abyssinian Gold, Lawful Neutral, Iron Fuchsite, Rasmussen Clan, and 44 Steel. So here is my Titan that I made with the set. I knew immediately after looking at this that I was going to use that Iron Forerunner set because it fits so well. Now, working with the set, I learned a whole lot. One, I learned that the helmet was just way too small for the set, so I got rid of that. I think it's still a cool helmet and it could be used somewhere else, but not here. Even though the legs at first glance look kind of cool, I thought they were a little bit plain. There was just a lot going on in the top section, and the legs are just too simple for that. And lastly, like I mentioned earlier, this set is really tough to shade. You really have to play around with shaders if you're going to use a lot of this armor. Now, maybe my set isn't your style. Let me show you what else is possible with this set. This one is from M the Engineer. He has like a godlike presence to him. It reminds me of like a champion from like a MOBA or like a hero from a hero shooter. If you're a fan of the medieval fashion, take a look at this one from Multimark Boy. This one is absolutely stunning. I love it. And with a dark shader, I would absolutely get those Dark Souls vibes. And this one is going to be from Warden, and I love this one. It really shows how godlike that chestplate can make you. He almost looks like either a hero or a villain from a superhero movie. So what's the verdict? Do I recommend that you spend your hard-earned money on this? I feel like you already know the answer by now. Trust your gut. I would feel confident in recommending this set to the people that have the armor sets that I mentioned previously, or if you're the type of person that really only wears one whole set and maybe an exotic here and there, this armor is for you. For those of you that are kind of in between and are very selective about what you get and what you spend your money on, I would say maybe skip out on this one. The Dawning armor is going to be way cooler than this, so maybe save up for that. So next up we have the Warlock, and before we go there, I just want to tell you, if you guys ever want to show off your fashion and ever want to be in one of my videos, the best way to do that is to join my Discord server. We have over 11,000 members and we have weekly weekend fashion contests, so what are you waiting for? Okay, so the Warlock, man, do I love this as a full set. It is based off of Ezio / maybe a little bit of Altair's outfit. It looks simply amazing. Bungie, you did a great job with this set. I know the hunters are a little bit mad that they didn't get an assassin's cloak, but really, the assassin's robes fit the Warlock a lot better. Now for the gear that I would recommend using with this: the Tusked Alliance, the Street Scholar, the Nemean set, and the Arclight set. With a little bonus of the Robes of Nezarec. I know those aren't really a set, but I would strongly recommend using those with the helmet. As for the exotics that you can try the Fellwinter's Helm, the Phoenix Fall Ornament for the Phoenix Protocol, and the Sanguine Alchemy. Now you shouldn't really be struggling with shaders on this set because it takes colors very well, but if you do want some ideas, we have Whispered Sheen, Throne of Soot, Dreaming Spectrum, Precursor Vex Chrome, and Suros Modular Shine. Working with the set, I discovered some things. I ended up liking the helmet and the arms a lot more than I thought I would. I thought my main focus was going to be those robes. And don't get me wrong, the robes are unique and they are pretty cool, but I just had a lot more fun playing around with the helmet. So I went with the Street Scholar set because I noticed that the little cool armor piece on the right shoulder matched perfectly with the pointiness of the helmet. And from there, the set kind of just made itself. Now, one thing that you are going to notice while you're playing around with it is it's going to take you a while. It's going to take a lot of experimentation to really start to get those gears turning. But don't confuse that with this set is trash. And to help prove it, I have some more armor sets to maybe kickstart that process. The first one we have is from Lord Eyepatch, and this is a great Fellwinter look. I love those gloves. And that helmet is basically the perfect pairing for the Assassin's Creed robes. Mr. Fox is really showing off the versatility of this helmet. You can go supervillain, you can go medieval, you can go futuristic like this. The possibilities are nearly endless. Just play around with those robes. And this is exactly what I was talking about, where you can make it look evil. This one is from Vanquish, and he has like this vampiric warlock, which is perfect for the helmet. Now, in case you couldn't tell by my excitement, basically what I'm saying is, yes, I would actually recommend the Warlock set to you. I think the set has a whole lot of potential. I really like the robes, the helmet, the gloves. The only weak point in the set might be the bond. The bond is a little bit basic, but most bonds are. And to quickly sum up what we've talked about, I don't think the Hunter set is really worth it. The helmet is really the only cool piece, and maybe the cloak. For the Titan, I would kind of struggle to recommend it. It's a weird 50-50. You either like it or you don't. I personally like it, and I think the only weak part about the set is going to be the legs, and it's really hard to shade. If you could only buy one of the three, I would recommend that you buy the Warlock one. That one was a whole lot of fun to work with, and there's still so much potential there. But of course, that is just my opinion. Go ahead and let me know your opinion in the comments down below. If you've made it this far, consider giving the video a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more videos like this in the future. And you don't want to miss the next video, which is going to be going over the Arc 3.0 set, because I bought all of those as well. And of course, that's all thanks to my Patreon members. You guys are amazing, and I couldn't do stuff like this without you. Thank you. And for everybody else, I will see you in the next video. Go ahead and click on any of the videos popping up in your end card now. And as always, stay beautiful.